Okay, so I have a big parcel here from Sendico. My camera is actually like miles above because this box is so big. So I'm gonna really struggle to actually see the viewfinder up there. I don't know why I'm telling you this stuff, but this is a package from Sendico. I've got a bunch of stuff coming down. I've got about 40, I'd say 30, 40 items coming down from Sendico. This is a bunch of heavier stuff. There's a bunch of packaging peanuts that they very kindly put in these little bags. This video isn't sponsored by Sendico. The video that will be on my main channel will be. So yeah, obviously you guys know anyway that I'm a big fan of Sendico. So in here is stuff that really wasn't going to make the cut on the main channel. So there's a bunch of Polaroid cameras. So these are actually the original Polaroid cameras. Now we'll get everything out and then we'll take a look at each item. This is a Technics M1, which is something that I have been after for a very long time, but it's unfortunately a Japanese exclusive and very highly desirable. This is something for a friend of mine, John. This is the Super Famicom box cartridge. This is a ginormous Nintendo cartridge. Got to be one of the biggest Nintendo cartridges I think that exist. Maybe bigger ones for arcade, I don't know, but it's absolutely massive. And then we've got probably the most exciting thing that will 100% have a video made about it on the main channel, but we'll take a look at that one last. So I think let's start off with the Polaroid cameras then. So none of these were sold as tested. They were all sold as untested, which basically means that they're probably not going to work because it's quite easy to test one of these. You just pop a bit of film in there. Although the second you do, you then cannot take that film out until you've taken the photos, and I don't have any cartridges just with batteries. So yeah, this is not in too bad condition. The leather is okay. People are probably going to want to replace that though anyway. You can get some really nice fancy custom leather and stuff on here. There's clearly quite a lot of sticky sort of residue and crud around on the brushed finish, but that's fine. A little fiberglass pen or a bit of I don't know, wire wool maybe will get all of that off, and you've obviously got a bit of corrosion and stuff. Not really corrosion, oxidation, but I'd say this is quite a good example. This is the little viewfinder that pops up, but when we pop the whole thing up, that's when we're really going to see the extent of any sort of damage. So taking a look around the sides, the rubber hasn't perished at all. Everything seems to be okay. Let me quickly look through the viewfinder. Okay, that is very foggy, and yeah, I can see there that there is a bunch of lens fungus inside of the lens, but that is okay because typically these things are going to need to be completely stripped down anyway. So this is the door for where you put the Polaroid film in. The ribbon cable here is still connected, so that's for the shutter button as well as the accessory mount thing on the side here. The focus seems to work absolutely fine. A little bit stiff, but works fine. And then we've got the aperture here. Again, that's looking like it's working absolutely fine as well. So I don't see why this isn't going to work. I mean, I really don't know. I'm not going to know until I put some film in it and try it out, but I think it's probably going to be okay. It's just going to need a massive strip down and clean. But there we go. There is the first item. That is the SX70 Polaroid camera. That is the first Polaroid camera that ever existed, or possibly even one of the first ever portable cameras. This is another one, except this is black, and you can see here that the leather has shrunk and then cracked, so it's actually just cracking off. So this one's definitely in need of a leatherette replacement, but it's actually in very nice condition all the way around. Definitely don't think that this is going to need any sort of paint or anything on it, but let's have a look at this one. The viewfinder pops up and then open it up completely, and a little bit of dirt on here, but again, it's nice and strong. Yeah, that looks good as well. Lens fungus as well. Let me have a look through the viewfinder. Yeah, very, very foggy on that one. But again, the mirror will just need cleaning, the viewfinder itself and the lens. And then if we take a look in here, look at that. There is some film in here, which is potentially bad. Because if that's leaked, no, it doesn't look like it has. That's going to be okay, I think. But yeah, look at that. There's actually some film still left in here. That's kind of creepy. Obviously, it's not quite the same as oh my god, that's like a whole thing of film. How do I get that out? Yeah, that is a whole thing of film. It's obviously all very, very past its date now. I'm not sure if this is dangerous to be doing this. But yeah, that's kind of cool though. these had the potential to be stories. Huh. That is really, really bizarre, isn't it? Anyway, so yeah, that is that one. That's the Black SX70. These are worth around about £100 each, and I paid around about £50 each for them, which, for untested in this condition, I have already got one. I've got one of these ones, but my brother wants, I think he wants one of these ones, and I want one of these ones, and he's got a black one, so this is going to work out quite well. Anyway. Let's move all that to the side. Let's take a look at the Technics M1 codec, because this is probably my most exciting thing that I've bought from Sendico in a long time. Well, ever really, but this is not going to be anything that's going to be super interesting on the main channel, but I'll definitely make a video about it on the second channel. Boom. Look at that. So this is the Technics M1, also known as the stereo codec. Now this is not in the best condition, but the guy said that he bought it when he was younger, and he's kept it ever since, which is really good, because if it's only ever had one owner and they appreciate the stuff that they buy, then this is going to work very well and be very well looked after. And I can see that it has just got general wear. There's nothing on there that's too crazy, but the idea of this, it wasn't necessarily to compete against the Walkman, although it was released around about the same time. It was more so just to have a very nice, high-end, somewhat portable player. Obviously, this what you'd expect this to look like is have two more sort of squares on the side with speakers. But no, it just ends, and then on this side, you have the slightly bigger headphone jack. And on the back as well, you do have line out, as well as DC in, and you have, I think there's C cells there, 4 of them. So I need to put some of them in and see if it works, but again, I'm going to do that on a separate video. But it does look very nice, and if you have a look, when you press the eject button, it's got a really nice slow open mechanism, and this whole thing is actually electronic. So when you press play, a motor raises the actual cassette read head. So really, really nice. It's also got a microphone as well, but that's not to record. There's no recording functionality. That's just a pass-through microphone, so that if you're, I don't know, speaking to someone, you just press that and it will pause the track and play the mic, and you don't have to take your headphones off. Why they put that in there, I don't know, but they did. So that is beautiful. I am absolutely just lost for words for that. Okay, now let's take a look. I don't think we need to open this up. I'm just going to give this to John as it is. But yeah, it's just a big, big cartridge. But this is very exciting. This was £100. I do remember the price of this. I think this was £100 as well, by the way. But I do remember the price of this. It was £100. And I think that's a pretty good price to pay. I know that these things are worth a lot of money. This one's in quite bad condition, but that's fine, because I want to use this in a video and people will care less if it's already in quite a used condition. Clearly, this is to do with some battery sort of thing, so I'm not sure what the inside is actually going to look like. I don't think anything in here requires batteries, but let's take a look inside and see what it's saying. But obviously, this is a very old thing. This is from the 90s. We've actually got a GameBoy light on the front, which there can't be many accessories that use the GameBoy light as the product picture. But yeah, you can see on the back here it says 12,500 yen. So even back in the day, this was quite expensive. But this is the Pocket Sonar, for those of you who've never seen one before. Very rare, very hard to get your hands on, Japanese exclusive, and basically it shows where the fish are on your screen. So I am going to make a video on this, and I am definitely actually going to try it out. But yeah, that box damage is a little bit disappointing, but I'm probably going to get an acrylic box made for this to preserve it further and you know, display it without worrying. So this cardboard box inside is actually really nice, and I don't see any damage to this at all, which is very nice to know. Okay, a little bit of corrosion in there, so this is actually going to need a refurb. So maybe I'll do the refurb on the second channel, and then we can do the actual review on the main channel. That's a little bit disappointing, actually. Oh, look at that, it's just like a 3.5mm headphone jack with one pin pole thing on it. Yeah, I'm a little bit worried, actually, that that's going to be corroded beyond repair, but we'll have to wait and see. I don't know yet. Nerve-wracking, that's all I can say, because the damage to the box would suggest that it's clearly been leaking for a while, but fortunately it must have been leaking the other way, because this is nice and minty. No manuals or anything, but yeah, so here you go. This is the massive thing that actually goes underneath the water. I'm not sure if this ever has been. Just by smelling it, it doesn't really smell of anything other than plasticky stuff. So yeah, that is pretty much going to wrap up this video. Very excited to give this all a try. Worried about this. I can definitely confirm I am worried about this, but we'll just have to wait and see. 1998, for those of you wondering. Hope you've all enjoyed this video unboxing Sendico stuff. I certainly have, but I might be speaking for myself there. And yeah, I'll look forward to showing you all of this stuff in more detail in the future. I'll catch you in the next one. Goodbye.